It's time for the Game of the Week on Richmond's very own WBON TV Channel 9, the leader in local sports television. Support these great local sponsors who support our community. Now, here's your announcers for the game.
Hello and welcome to Madison Southern High School at the Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration Regional Basketball coverage on WBON TV. I'm Jamie Boggs here with John Bailey. Madison Southern Eagles set to host the first round of the 11th region tournament against the Lexington Christian Academy Eagles.
Jamie, it's good to be here. We had an exciting week last week at the games over at EKU. These Berea or the Madison Southern Eagles won against Madison Central, which led them here to tonight. So a lot riding on this game. If they win, the season continues. If they lose, they go home.
Yeah, it's been a great season for these Eagles. Been in and out of the top 25 rankings for the state. Got an all-time leading scorer for the school and team, all-time leader in assists, and Jay Rose and Kason Nobby, respectively. Two other 1,000-point scorers. A lot of experience and talent for the Eagles. And in the history of this program, there have been some absolute dudes that have come through here. They've only won one regional tournament basketball game, trying to get number 2 here tonight.
I find that to honestly be a little hard to believe. We've seen some good teams come through here over the last few years, and I know it's been around a long time before we were here, right? So I'd like to see them get number 2 tonight.
Southern coming into the game with a record of 22-9. They beat Berea in the first round of district play last week, and then beat Madison Central in the championship. And that game was never incredibly close. Came out shooting pretty well, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it later, but really won the game, I thought, on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, their defense was stout for sure, and like we said, we'll talk more about that as we go on with this pregame show. Lexington
Christian, also known as LCA, comes into the game with a record of 15-15. So 500 record coming in. They lost their district championship game to Lexington Catholic last week, so that's why they had to go on the road here for the first game of district play. These two teams have also seen each other twice already this season, which is a rare thing in regional play.
Madison Southern has walked away with victories in both of those games. I know one was rather close. The latter game of the season, fairly lopsided. I mean, you said Southern was on fire with their three-point shooting and shooting about 70% from three.
Nearly 70%, and they scored over 100 points in that ball game. So
that's incredible for a high school team. So, yeah, but, I think it's always hard to get number 3 for some reason.
It is. It's hard to beat a good team 3 times. We talked about that some last week when they were going through district play. This is the pregame show brought to you by Citizens Guaranty Bank. Pay anywhere 24/7, check your balance, deposit check, wherever you want. Transfer funds with the MyCGB app. Visit mycgb.com to learn more. Thanks again to Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration for sponsoring tournament play here. And last night, both of the women's teams from the 4th district, Madison Southern runner-up in the district championship, went out of Franklin County. Franklin County is a monster in girls basketball, so they walked away with a loss. Madison Central, on the other hand, coverage here on WBON last night. If you didn't see it, you can go back and watch the replay. One on a last-second shot.
Yeah, very exciting game.
So they are going to live to play another day. They'll be back in action on Thursday. Madison Central playing up at Frederick Douglass tonight. I got to be on the call when they played Frederick Douglass earlier in the season, John. Really close game. They played them within 5 points or so. So I look for Central to go up there and put up a fight and maybe sneak out a win. Southern has to be the favorite here. They're at home, and they've beaten this team twice, but Lexington Christian is a good team, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. John, let's get a temperature check, can we? Game time temperature brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air. Don't get caught in the heat or the cold. My heat and the air is kicked onto my house. It's confusing. Take advantage now of a new HVAC install for up to 48 months, interest-free. Call 859-233-0424 or schedule online at FayetteHeating.com.
61 degrees outside. I'm going to say it's approximately 78 degrees in here.
It's hot, and it's filling in. Obviously, this is a big tournament game, so everybody's coming out locally to cheer on the Eagles, and we got some crowd filling in for Lexington Christian as well. So it's hot in here. Maybe we should have this game outside, out on some outdoor courts.
That'd be all right.
That'd be fun.
Concrete action.
Yeah, you got to watch the gravels, know where the divots are. Makes an interesting element for the game. Supposed to have tip-off here at 7 o'clock. We're about 22 minutes out, so we're going to take a quick 2-minute break and come back for more pregame action here in the Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration coverage of 11th Region Basketball.
Transparency is what separates Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration apart from the rest. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and are here to serve all over Central Kentucky. Their team of experts will help you break down the cost of a new roof or repair and help you make the most informed decision possible. From wind and hail, fire and smoke damage, residential or commercial, Kentucky Roofs and Restoration can do it all. Like them on Facebook to learn more or call 859-200-5065. In today's housing market, time is everything. If you're looking at home in or around Madison County, the first call you should make is to Don England with the Real Estate Company. You don't want to miss out on your dream home or that buyer that's ready to make your home theirs. Don has several new construction homes available for purchase, and you can call today to schedule a showing before they are gone. Like Don England with the Real Estate Company on Facebook so you don't miss out on the home you've been waiting for. Call 859-358-8044 for more information.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcake, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in at 119 North Atlanta in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Whether you're looking for dependability in the game or on the road, Madison County is where you'll find it. Jackford Chevrolet in Richmond has you depend on and a winning tradition just like your great little sport team. Come see us at Jackford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackford.com to see our lineup of dependable trucks and being part of the winning tradition.
Hi, I'm Haley, one of the owners and managers at Just Love Coffee in Berea. Just Love Coffee is a franchise that was set up as a vision of love to help children get adopted. Just Love Coffee is a full-service restaurant that features artisan coffee creations, plus all-day food menu includes golden waffles, delicious sandwiches, and filling craveable wraps. Just Love Coffee, a half mile off exit 76 in Berea, in our newly renovated location at 636 Chestnut Street.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Here's the with you with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Welcome back on WBON TV to your Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration 11th Region Basketball coverage. I'm Jamie Boggs, John Bailey, for the Madison Southern Eagles to tip off against the LCA Eagles. Coming down from Lexington, these teams have met a couple times already this season, but a lot on the line here today. Win or go home, survive and advance, whatever March cliche you want to use, that's where we're at, John.
Absolutely. Jamie, let's talk about keys to the game. That's brought to you by Jack Burford Chevrolet. You can get the keys to your next ride at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the Eastern Bypass in Richmond. You can visit jackburford.com to see their entire inventory. Jamie, we were talking about Madison Southern's defense. I mean, it might as well have been a brick wall out there last week. And I think that if Lexington Christian wants to get a win tonight, they're going to find a way, they have to find a way to move the ball and open up a lane. And you're a basketball coach. How do you do that against the Southern defense?
Yeah, here's the thing. They don't have anybody super tall. I mean, Jay Rose, 6'4", 6'5", tallest player on the court. Definitely a guard. So they don't have a big presence inside, but they're so long at every position. Casey Nobby's not super tall, but his quickness and his anticipation makes up for it. I think you've got to move the ball around passing a lot. To get Southern moved out of position to find the gaps. You can't stand and dribble. They're going to trap you. They're going to catch you trying to throw a cross-court pass. You've got to move the ball consistently.
You talked about the big guy last year. Brett Erslinger was here. So if there was a lane that opened up, you were met with the mountain of a man.
Yes.
Last week, there were no lanes. You could not move the ball inside. So Christian's going to have to do a good job coaching that ball movement tonight. And for Southern, I think it's going to be just keep doing what you're doing. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders. Their defense is phenomenal. So I think for Southern, you just have to play your game and hope Christian doesn't find a way to move the ball around.
Yeah, and we mentioned these two teams have played before. So they played back in December at the Holiday Classic up at Lexington Catholic. Madison Southern won that game by 10. It was 87-77. Still a pretty high-scoring ball game. But just a couple weeks ago here on February the 20th, they played up at Lexington Christian. Southern won that game with a final score of 105-83. So they scored over 100 points. You mentioned earlier, shot 65% from three, shot 55% from the floor. Putting up 100 points is hard to deal with. So we know they can score in bulk, and we mentioned the defense they had to play last week to beat Central. But really kind of a tale of two games between the two. One was a lot closer than the other. And if you look at that Lexington Christian roster, you're going to see the leading scorer, Saxton Howard. He scored 30 points against Madison Southern in their last outing. It was just 2 of 7 from 3, but went under. Certainly somebody to watch. Second scoring's Hayden Preston, and then Kenyatta Hart, a guy we've talked about quite a bit historically. Used to play at Madison Central, now plays at LCA, plays football and basketball, has scored 10.5 points per game. Was not available actually in the first game that these two teams played, was out with injury. He's only played the second half of the season, but putting up nearly 11 points a game during that time and leading the team with 7 rebounds a game since he's been back.
You talk about Sexton Howard, I mean, an impressive 18 points a game, but you look behind him and there's 3 other folks scoring over 10 points a game as well. So kind of spreading the love around is LCA.
Madison Southern, on the other hand, we've talked about Jay Rose, all-time leading scorer in Madison Southern basketball history, averaging nearly 23 a game. And especially if you watch last week's championship game for the district, he scored 28. It didn't feel like he was taking a ton of shots. He only missed 2 shots the whole game. He wasn't demanding the ball out on the court. He wasn't a ball hawk by any means, but he got his points and did what needed to happen for the team to win. Zach and Braden Hudson, identical twins, very similar playing style. Both can score at 15.5 and 14.5 points respectively, and then junior Case and Nobby at 13 points. Really, Avery Davidson plays great, does a lot of things for this team. Doesn't have to score a ton. He's got 4 other scorers out there with him.
Case and Nobby had a game against Berea last week that was kind of for the record books. Do you remember how many points off the top of your head he had?
I don't, but he was electric and was not missing. I think he ended up with 22, and he's certainly capable of doing something like that tonight as well. He can go off at any time, whether that's shooting or driving to the basket. He's a big defensive presence. He's a difference maker no matter what.
You were talking about Jay Rose and how many points he scored, but I mean, the guy had several assists too. I don't have those numbers right in front of me, but he was doing some behind the back, no-look passes underneath, and he was kind of spreading the ball around and taking his shots. Just all around great offensive performance by Jay Rose last week.
In the 2 games against LCA this year, he's had 28 and 36 points respectively, so he's had big games there. Zach Hudson, 27 the first time around. Case and Nobby, 22. Those were the most recent ball games. First time around. Braden Hudson with 18. Zach Hudson with 16. They'll spread the ball around and score, but I think in order to win Kason Nobby has got to have a big game. He plays point guard. He has the ball as much as anybody, and he's got to take care of the basketball and facilitate and make sure that this offense stays under control in order to get close to the century mark to pick up a win. So he's my star watch for this game. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, just like Kason Nobby is for his team. Like Jerry Goebel, State Farm Insurance on Facebook to learn more. We're going to take another 3-minute break and come back, get ready for tip-off here on your Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration 11th Region coverage on WBON TV.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
If it won't go down,
call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
What do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy. You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com. It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
9 minutes to tip off here on the Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration 11th Region Basketball Tournament as the Madison Southern Eagles host the LCA Eagles here on WBON TV. John, these two teams have played already this year. We've talked about how hard it is to beat a good team twice. Both of these teams really come into the game with one scorer that's kind of above the rest. And for LCA, that's Saxton Howard. He had 30 the last time these teams play. As a coach, is your approach either to let him get his and stop everybody else, or to focus on stopping the leading scorer and make other people beat you? I think both are strategies that people use. What do you go with here?
Yeah, I've been looking at the stats for the folks behind Saxton. And, I mean, my gut instinct is just play man on man and try not to let anybody score. But I think if he starts having a game and starts getting the hot hand, then you may have to move to a zone defense and try to double team him and just hope that the other guys don't have the hot hand as well. I mean, you tell me, you're the coach here in this duo. What would you do?
Yeah, I think you got to make somebody else beat you. If it's me, I think you stick, which they have. I think he's not a big guy. He's a shooter. Yes, he's quick. He can get to the basket, but they can rotate both Hudson's, Casanabi, and Jay Rose on him. Maybe one will work more than another, and you stick with it. But I think you got to make somebody else have a big game to beat you. I don't know if Coach Wright's going to agree with that. So we'll have to wait and see. Last week in the district championship game against Madison Central, we saw them go to a kind of 2-3 extended zone, and Central just couldn't get the ball in any open area. The length and the footwork of Madison Southern zone defense really closed all the gaps. But we'll see what strategy Coach Wright comes in here with tonight. Obviously, a historic coach, has won state championships. He's been around the block. LCA coached by Ted Hall. Coming into the game, they, like I said, finished with a record of 15-15, came in as runner-ups in their district to Lexington Catholic. But they've had a good season as well. They've played the big teams. They had a narrow loss to Frederick Douglass against Louisville Ballard early in the season. Their first game against Madison Central was close. They nearly beat Catholic earlier in the year, beat Highlands, which is a great traditional program. So they've played, there's not a game where they've gotten really blown out, aside from the last time they played Madison Southern, and we'll have to wait and see if that's an offensive performance that Southern can repeat.
Sorry, I'm going to go back to shutting down one player versus making the rest of the team beat you. You know, like you were talking about trying to find a lane, and Southern's defense is a wall. So the good news is if you can contain that and play that kind of defense, Sexton Howard is only scoring 2 on average 3-pointers a game. So unless he's able to drive the ball down low, I don't see him getting 30 points again tonight, the way that Southern's defense has been playing.
And he didn't get it from behind the 3-point line last time. So you're right, he does shoot well. He shoots almost 37% from 3, but he doesn't shoot a lot of them, especially compared to Madison Southern's numbers. You just had it pulled up there. I think he's taken 179 or so, and Madison Southern's got several guys that have taken a ton of threes, nearly that number. So you see out on the court there, Kenyatta Harge, whose family from Berea, obviously moved to LCA for his senior year, committed to play football at the University of Kentucky as a preferred walk-on, talking to Jay Rose there. You and I were calling the district tournament, I guess it was 4 years ago. He was in the 8th grade, had just come out of his middle school season, and came into the district championship game and really changed the game for Central.
I mean, it was amazing what he was able to do as an 8th grader in that game. That's something I'll never forget, because he came into that game as an 8th grader and just completely dominated. And so I'm excited. I haven't seen him play basketball since then. We see him on the floor right down there. Is it number 42? He was over here talking to some Berea folks. I mean, he looks like a running back now. He didn't look like that a few years ago.
Yeah, he was a little skinny 8th grader, obviously a big, going to be a college linebacker now. Was one of the leading tacklers on LCA's football team, who had a great season. And you mentioned Saxton Howard, the second leading receiver on that team as a junior. So a lot of multi-sport talent on both of these teams. And both these schools have a lot of history and a lot of pride. They know each other really well. If you play somebody twice during the season, you're going to be prepared. You're going to have seen most of their tendencies. So I think something that either the coaches can do is, what can I do to come out that they're not going to expect? Are they going to expect us to press? Let's lay back in a zone. Are they going to expect us to shoot a bunch of threes? Let's drive to the basket. Do something to catch the other team off guard in a way that they will not at all be prepared for. Now, we'll see if either team tries to dial that up. Madison Southern has been really a buzzsaw the last few weeks, taking down everybody they've played, scoring at will. But LCA's been playing well also, and they've been getting better throughout the season and looking to pick up the biggest win of their season right here at Madison Southern, a battle of the Eagles here on WBON TV. Big thanks to our sponsors coming into the game. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration sponsoring all of our tournament play is our presenting sponsor. As always, thanks to Galaxy Entertainment Center, Bishop Small Engine Repair, Ace Hardware, Bluegrass Marble and Granite, Whitaker Bank, Jerry Goebel State Farm, Nuevo Vallarta, Citizens Guarantee Bank, Berea Urgent Care, Gateway Cycles, Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, Orthopedic Sports, and Physical Therapy.
Yeah, Jack Burford Chevrolet, CT Diesel, Exodus Driver Training, Cumberland Valley National Bank, Chenault Vineyard, Lakes Funeral Home in Berea, Amico of Richmond, Kentucky Farm Bureau, Mr. Reuter, and Fayette Heating and Air.
Thanks so much for allowing us to highlight these athletes. A lot of seniors on both of these teams. So, unfortunately, this is going to be the last night of college basketball for some players here on the court. Whoever you're cheering for, obviously, that's got an emotional heartstring being pulled for you, as it's an emotional time in anybody's life when their high school career is over. I think, at least what I've seen from Madison Southern, all these guys have what it takes to play something at the next level. I know almost all of them are multi-sport athletes. Avery Davidson, fantastic soccer player, a great kicker on the football team, done some receiving this year.
I really hate to see his time, like it just flew by. I thought the kid was still a sophomore or a junior, so it breaks my heart to not see him on the football field or the court anymore after this year.
The Hudson Twins rolling right into baseball season after this. Going to be two important pieces for this team. I know Jay Rose really focused on basketball for the most part, and he's got some opportunities to play at the next level as well. But a lot of people here cheering on the Madison Southern Eagles, hoping that they live to see another day. If they do, they will play on Saturday, and that'll be up at Dunbar High School. The rest of the regional tournament will be at Dunbar, and they'll play the winner of Great Crossing and Bryan Station. They've beaten Bryan Station. Great Crossing, one of the top teams in the state, didn't fare as well against them. But shooters got to shoot their shot, right?
Yep. We're about to get into action here. We got about a minute, 13 seconds before, I assume, the national anthem.
I think it's coming right now, actually. So we're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break for the national anthem and come back for tip-off right here on WBON TV.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Looking for some fun? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or, if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Grill has you covered every Tuesday, starting at 7, with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Grill, your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, in the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
We're back here at Madison Southern High School on WBON TV. Coverage brought to you of this 11th region tournament by Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration as the JROTC from Madison Southern exits the court after the award-winning marching band played the national anthem. John, you ever played in band?
No, can't say that I have.
I play a really good radio.
That's about what I do. Thank God, because I've got a face for radio. So
that's what I've heard about you. Starting lineup being presented here for both teams. Sam Spillman being announced.
A 6-foot junior guard wearing number 10, Saxton Howard.
Saxton Howard.
A 6'5" sophomore playing guard, number 23, Simon King.
Simon King.
6'1" senior guard, wearing number 32,
Kenyatta Harge, who we've already talked about quite a bit. Hagen Preston also in the starting lineup for the LCA Eagles. Going to be a confusing night with the double Eagles going, John.
Yeah, it sure is.
Have to keep me honest on that one. Make sure I'm not seeing the Eagles every time as we get ready for the big announcement here. The introduction of the Madison Southern Eagles hosting a regional tournament game for the first time here in a couple years.
Some Jimmy Hendricks playing as the Southern Eagles make the floor.
To be clear, he's not present, but for recording. Kason Nobby, starting point guard, junior, all-time assist leader. Great facilitator of the basketball. It also helps to rack up assists when you're playing with scorers. Like the next three guys to be announced, as we mentioned, Avery Davidson there, senior being introduced. Braden Hudson, 1,000-point scorer. Zach Hudson. Jay Rose, leading scorer in school history, had 28 points in the district championship game. The officials giving the fist bumps there at the table, and we're ready to jump things up here. The camera and my eyeballs adjust to the bright lights coming back on. Is everybody putting a lot of attention on the new big screens here in
yeah, they're awesome,
in the arena. It's kind of distracting for me. It's a lot of fun. Keep up there like the jumbotrons.
Got Mr. Lane Hard on the screen right now, who feel like he's the mascot for Southern for years and years and years.
New Eagle order. Officials waiting for the other official to get done chatting. King and Rose. Rose knocks the tip around, ends up going out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Eagles.
Of Southern Madison County.
Thanks, buddy. Madison Southern basketball. And it looks like LCA is going to settle in a 3-2 zone like we talked about, maybe an extended 2-3 like we talked about from Madison Southern last week. Zach Hudson, free throw line. Nobby over to the corner to Jay Rose, takes a corner three, off front rim, rebound by Spillman. Gets it up court to Howard, reverse lay in and out, rebound by Braden Hudson. Fast pace here so far. We'll see if they can keep it up. Nice move there by Howard on the other end, just couldn't finish. Jay Rose underneath, blocked.
Was that blocked by Kenyatta?
3 ball there by Hagen Preston. I'm sorry, that was Spillman. 3-0 LCA. Braden Hudson back out to Zach. Pump fake, gets into the lane, jump stop, rims out, tip back in by Rose, no good. Rebound by King. Southern just not getting anything to go down, throws it up into the corner to Spillman, saves it out of bounds. Avery Davidson loses it, and it's going to go back to LCA. Fast pace here. Southern's had several good looks, John, just not getting it to fall.
Yep, they have had the looks, but it's just not going down. But 3-0 here for Madison Southern, trailing.
Southern is in a man-to-man look. Case and Nobby on Howard. We mentioned we're liable to see several people rotate on and off of him, and Kaysen gets first crack at him. Spillman rotates over to Howard. Got the ball on the wing. Spillman rotates through. Hard in the right wing. Back to Spillman. There's LCA trying to reset. Two players at the elbow. Harge up top. Back to Spillman. King trying to post up underneath against Zach Hudson. Now Harge is going to do the same on Rose. Howard with it up top. After a very fast pace early on, LCA really slowing it down here, John.
Taking the time trying to get some open looks.
Howard comes off screen over to Preston. Howard unable to get any breathing room, and Nobby on him.
Nobody down low for LCA right now. When they do get in the paint, they're covered up.
Preston with Braden Hudson on him. All ball screen, and Howard's going to try to get through. He doesn't. Spillman takes another three off the rim. Rebound by Zach Hudson. He looks to push it. He's got Avery Davidson open in the corner. Loses it. Nobby comes down with it. Rose underneath. Nobody near him. Lays it up and misses. Misses an absolute bunny with nobody around him. He's missed a couple of those. Got to shake it off and keep playing. We'll see how he responds. Nobby knocks the ball away, but he's going to pick up the foul. One thing they can't have happen is let Howard get anybody in foul trouble. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nobby switch off of him here shortly with one of the Hudsons. Howard crosses the timeline over to King. Gets screened by Preston. He's got it on the wing. Howard breaking out and screen. Going to shoot from the corner. It's good. 6-0 LCA. You mentioned he only makes a couple a game. Well, there's one of the two already.
That comes early in the first, so he might be above his average. That ball is stolen.
Rare turnover. Foul. Zach Hudson on Saxon Howard. Over there to help him up. Going for the block there. Caught quite the body, though. Earned that foul. Hopefully Howard's okay. He's going to go to the line for two. Zach Hudson's first foul. He's going to take just a minute to try to walk it off. He hit the ground and a Hudson hard there.
Yeah, that was a hard foul. Seems to still be shaking that one off.
LCA up 6-0. Howard trying to add to it.
So he's also drew 2 fouls so far. One from Nobby and one from Hudson.
Makes the first free throw there. 77% free throw shooter on the season. And he's 50% today. Davidson loses the rebound out of bounds. Back to LCA. Everything going against Southern here in the early going.
It is, and you got to have a really short memory when you're Southern. Unfortunately, they can let adversity like this affect their game.
Preston kicks out. Howard gets a wide open look. In and out. Rebound knocked around. Spillman comes down with it, throws it up, catches it, and that's going to be a travel back to Southern. Southern yet to get on the board. Had some good looks. Can't get anything to fall just yet. We'll see if they try something different or keep getting the good looks, trying to make something happen. Nobby will take a three. It's off back rim. Rebound knocked around, and Howard comes down with it. He looks to push it, gets up to Preston. Preston back to Howard. Cross court to Spillman, who has hit a three. Underneath to King. Rose knocks it away, tries to get to it. Avery Davidson's going to lay it in for Southern's first bucket of the game. Good defense there by Rose. Good pickup and hustle by Davidson.
It took 3 minutes for the first shot to fall for Southern.
Large with it, top of the key. Southern now in a 2-3 zone. Preston back to Spillman, who's going to dribble up top. Good ball movement there from LCA. Harge back out to Spillman, who will take a three. In and out, Harge with the rebound. Howard looks off a three, drives into the paint, kicks to the corner. Preston will take another pass. Good ball movement there from LCA, and King knocks down a three wide open. Timeout, Madison Southern trying to stop the bleeding. They're going to take a 30. We're going to stay here with it, John, at your Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration 11th Region Tournament. Madison Southern has beat this Lexington Christian team twice. LCA comes out on fire. They've hit 3 threes. Madison Southern's missing the bunnies. What's got to change?
Well, you talked about the keys of the game earlier. You talked about having to move the ball if you're LCA. In that last possession, they did just that. They had a few open looks and ultimately sunk a three to make it a 10-2 game here. Jamie, this LCA team has the bitter taste of defeat in their mouth, and they need to clean it out. And they are playing on fire right now.
A lot of times you're looking for that one more pass. I'm open, but somebody's more open. They did about 3 one-mores right there, and nobody was near King as he knocks down the three. King on the season shoots just over 30% from three. Hasn't taken a lot. Zach Hudson misses. Rebound by King. He's pushed out of bounds by Rose, and that's the third foul on the Madison Southern Eagles in the early going.
Something Southern needs to do is probably be patient, play their game, let things come to them. I think shooting, it was a pretty long three that kid just shot, and you can't force stuff here, or you're going to dig yourself a deeper hole.
Howard across the timeline. Whistle underneath. Not sure if the clock didn't start. They're conferring about what's happening.
Looks like they're going to come over and talk to the scoreboard.
I think the clock didn't start when it's supposed to. They're going to take a little bit more time off and get us going here again. Took 3 seconds off the clock, and it took 45 seconds to do it. Not sure it's worth it, John.
I don't know how you can keep track of everything you got to do and make sure the time's working, so kudos to these officials.
Yeah, it's a tough job, and a lot of times that's the one thing they let go because it's the one thing that's not right in front of their face. King at the free throw line, out to Preston. He'll take a three of his own off front rim. Rebound by King.
A lot of second chance opportunities here for offensive rebounds for LCA in this early first quarter.
Great job by Hudson getting a hand on that, or Spillman was going to have another open three. He's going to inbound from the corner into Howard. On ball screen. Preston looks it off. Back to Howard. Drives. Another foul on Nobby, and that's
2 for Nobby.
That's not ideal.
That's 4 for the team so far. I know at least 3 of them have been on Howard. A foul on Howard. I don't know.
Right. Mason Davis coming in from Nobby, and again, Mason Davis coming in, not going to miss a beat defensively. Great defensive player. Kason Nobby, I say that as he gives up a three.
Go past him.
Kason Nobby is the calming force behind this Southern team when things start to go poorly. So we'll see if they're able to maintain composure with Nobby on the bench for a little bit as Zach Hudson throws it over his brother's head, and they are not happy with one another as the Madison Southern Eagles trail by 11. Got some words for each other, but they got to lock in on defense. Full timeout now. We'll take it with them back in 1 minute at Madison Southern on WBON TV.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Madison Southern High School and WBON TV. Coverage of the 11th Region Tournament presented to you by Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. And Madison Southern trailing the LCA Eagles 13-2 here in the first.
A lot of frustration so far for the Eagles. They got to get it out of their heads to move forward.
LCA's hit 4 3-pointers. Howard gets a good look. Nice block there by Braden Hudson. Jay Rose with it. Crosses over, gets into the lane, goes up strong, up and under, and it's good.
That's the kind of drive you need to get this game back under control.
Exactly what you want to see coming out of a timeout. Madison Southern's gotten open looks throughout the game. They've just struggled to capitalize. Spillman, top of the key. Davis on him. Backs up to reset. Madison Southern in a little bit of foul trouble. Case and Nobby on the bench with 2 fouls, so they're going back to man-to-man defense with Braden Hudson on Saxton Howard, the leading scorer for the LCA Eagles. Preston with it. Looks to hand it off. Mason Davis denies the pass, finally gets it. Box formation there on offense for LCA, and Howard comes off the screen, switch inside, and Hodge has a big size advantage there on Zach Hudson. Spillman's a reset. Hodge coming up for an on-ball screen. Hands off to Howard. Cross court to Preston. Howard cuts through, trying to get an open look. King picks it up. Over to Preston. Hands off to King. Spillman to reset now. Howard with it on the wing, and he'll take another 3, and it's good.
16-4 here with 30 to go in the first quarter.
Lost track of him just for a split second, and that's how he's going to make you pay. Zach Hudson will take a 3. In and out. Rebound by Harge. There's a foul on Davidson. That's going to be the 5th foul. Howard's going to go to the free throw line for 2 now. Mentioned it early on, and it's not turning around much. Everything going LCA's way so far. Getting good looks, hitting their shots, and they're cleaning up the glass on both ends of the floor. Anderson Green about to check in for LCA. It's going to give Spillman a break. Second free throw good. He's 2 for 4 from the line tonight. Braden Hudson handling the point guard responsibilities with Nobby out. Avery Davidson, corner 3, nearly blocked. In and out, and in and out. Knocked around. Jay Rose, tip at the buzzer, no good. The end of the first quarter, 17-4. LCA leads Southern, and we'll be back in 1 minute for second quarter action on WBON TV.
'Tis the season for sickness. Protect yourself and those around you with vaccinations at the Harness Health Pharmacies, powered by Mercy Health. Mercy Health Pharmacies offer vaccines for influenza, COVID-19, pneumonia, and RSV. Most vaccines are covered by the insurance, and in case they are not, Harness Health Pharmacy also partners with the primary care clinics for patients that are required by insurance to receive their vaccines there. Stop by the Harness Health Pharmacy in Irvin, located next to the Mercy Health Irvin Primary Care.
For over 40 years, Lake's Funeral Home and Crematory in Berea have been helping families through the hardest times in their lives. With traditional burial planning to cremation, the folks at Lake's can help you honor your loved ones with final arrangements. Lake's can also help pre-plan now. Let your family members know what you want and help ease their burden. Visit lakesfuneralhome.com to learn how easy it can be to pre-plan. Lake's Funeral Home and Crematory, the only on-site crematory in Madison County.
Back for second quarter action at Madison Southern as the Eagles of Madison Southern trail 17-4. They shot.
Can you believe that we're sitting here with the Eagles only having 4 points in a quarter?
The last time these teams played, they scored 105. They're going to get close to that. Got a lot of catching up to do. 2 for 11 in the first quarter from the floor to get their 4 points. Case and Nobby in the game, playing now with 2 fouls. On the other side, LCA was 5 for 9 from 3. You mentioned that Saxton Howard doesn't shoot a ton of threes. He only makes 2.2 a game. He made 3 there in the first quarter. 3
I guess
for
they
4
heard
from
that
deep.
and took it personal, you know?
It's probably your fault. Preston from deep.
Drained.
Knocked that one down too.
20-4. That's 7 minutes and 19 to go.
Hagen Preston's first bucket of the game. Extended zones giving Southern fits here in the second quarter. First quarter, they got a lot of good inside looks. We're not able to capitalize. My concern now is that they're going to start stretching it, stop taking advantage of the inside, but Zach Hudson drains a free throw jumper. Howard almost took one from the volleyball line. Harge wide open underneath after Green faked a shot and went up. Stolen by Preston. Another rare turnover by Nobby. Anticipation by this LCA defense is giving them fits. 16-point deficit here in the first or in the second. Zach Hudson over to Nobby. He'll take a 3. Off back rim, bounces around, tipped up. Mason Davis nearly tips it in. Oh, Preston extends his forearm. Going to be called for an offensive foul.
That's his first. Team's first.
That's the first foul of the game whistled against the LCA Eagles. Nobby to the corner, gets it into Jay Rose. Handoff back to Braden Hudson. Nobby's in the corner, no go. Zach Hudson looking underneath. Nobby in the corner. He'll take another 3, wide open. It's good.
Make that 9-22 as your Madison Southern Eagles trail.
Little full court pressure from Southern. Green may have traveled, no call. Harge brings it down, kicks back out to Green. One more to Howard. He's going to drive in, kick back out. Preston open again, and it's good. Like we talked about before, they're penetrating, getting Southern out of position and kicking it back out for open threes. Howard didn't get it. Now Braden Hudson's going to have a 3 of his own. Off back rim, rebound knocked around. Green comes down with it. Kicks it out in the corner to Howard, and he'll take one. He misses it, but Preston with a rebound. He'll miss the shot, and Nobby will come down with it. He's looking to push it. Doesn't have numbers. He don't care. Runner, floater, good. And 1 for Case and Nobby. The foul's called on King, his first. Nobby gonna try to knock down this free throw to cut further into the lead. And he's got 6 points here in the early going second quarter. Avery Davidson coming back in to give Mason Davis a break. Southern sticking with this full court pressure. Pass to Green. Jumper gets his own rebound nearly. Not an advised look there. Rose drives, a runner of his own, and it's good.
Southern's going to move into the press.
Nearly stolen there by Braden Hudson. LCA looking like they're on their heels for the first time. And they're going to call a timeout to talk over breaking this press. 30-second timeout. We're going to stay here. Big thanks to our presenting sponsor, Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, for this 11th region action. Madison Southern has scored 10 points here in the first few minutes of the second quarter after scoring only 4 in the entire first quarter, John.
Yeah, Casanabi with a heck of a drive, just kind of, you could see the intensity on his face. He wanted that one, and he had an opportunity at a fast break and took it. And he got the foul and one, kind of set things off here for the Eagles.
You can see the LCA Eagles continue to shoot well from the outside. Southern trying to get them off balance with a little full court pressure here. Dropping Nobby back a little bit as he's in foul trouble. The Hudsons and Avery Davidson up close. They bring Spillman back in for LCA to help handle this. Howard gets it in the middle to Preston, back to Spillman. Loses it again, and Rose comes down with it. Spin move of the ball, making his way up the court. Zach Hudson drives baseline into Rose, up and good.
Good ball movement, good pass, good look overall. Make that 25-16 with your Southern Eagles trying to get back into this one.
Howard looks off at 3, drives underneath Preston, kick back out to King, and he's got it. (28-16). Southern make it a better formidable effort on the offensive end, but LCA is still shooting hot. Nobby from deep. That was from the volleyball line, John.
Casanabi is feeling it right now.
Your pregame star watch.
Need to get some turnovers here on defense.
Player to watch, and we're back under 10. 28-19. Spillman with Nobby on him. Southern back in a 2-3 zone. Just under 4 minutes left here in the first half. Reston with it. He looks off at 3 and back to Spillman to reset. We saw this early on from LCA. They were very patient early to get the shots they wanted, and it paid off, and they're going back to it. Back to Spillman. Over to Howard. He'll take a 3 with a hand in his face. No good. Rebound by Avery Davidson. Zach Hudson looks off cross-court pass. Nearly stolen by Howard. Nobby comes down with it. Double team, cross-court pass. Zach Hudson for 3, off back rim, knocked away. Avery Davidson with it. Nobby from the volleyball line again. He's in his bag, my friends. And they're back within 6. 28-22. Preston with it on the wing. On ball screen by King. Now it's King back to Preston, who will take a 3 of his own. No good. Rebound by Rose and fouled. Just as much in the first quarter as we saw LCA doing absolutely anything they wanted to do. That's been Madison Southern here.
It's been Casanabi here.
It has been mostly Casanabi. We're going to go away for a 1-minute timeout while LCA talks it over, and we'll be back on WBON TV.
Whitaker Bank in Madison County is your local bank for convenience. With more branches than literally any other bank in Madison County, why go anywhere else? Whitaker Bank is known for their friendly customer service and easy access drive-thrus. Whitaker Bank, your home for local, friendly, family banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For years, Richmond residents have been searching for a heating and air company that can do it all. That search is now over. Don't let the name fool you. Fayette Heating and Air serves all over Central Kentucky for both commercial and residential customers. With Fayette Heating and Air, they promise that no matter the issue, no matter the time, you can expect award-winning heating repairs the first time, every time. Visit FayetteHeating.com to learn about special financing and how to sign up for the Comfy Club. With Fayette Heating and Air, complete home solutions.
Welcome back to Madison Southerns. We got ourselves a ball game here on the Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration 11th Region matchup at Madison Southern as the hometown Eagles take on the LCA Eagles. Trailing by nearly 20 early in the second quarter, have cut the lead to 6 behind the hot shooting of Kason Nobby. Braden Hudson looks off at 3, back to Nobby. Another deep 3. Automatic. He hits another one from the volleyball line.
They've brought this one back to within 3 points, Jamie. What an amazing second quarter here by Southern.
Harge in the corner with it. Kicks back out to Preston. LCA staggering back after getting punched in the mouth here in the second quarter. King kicks over to Howard. Bounce pass to Preston, who's looking to kill a little bit of time. Nobby up on him. Coach is telling him if they're going to let you stay out there and dribble it, let's make it happen, Captain. King underneath. Fouled by Braden Hudson, and that's going to be his first for Southern. And King is going to go to the line for free throws here on the season. Shooting just over 60%, makes the first one. Misses the second, and Southern's looking to run. Renee Rose with it on the wing, crossover, gets underneath, no go, gets his own rebound, knocked around, and Preston with it. Drops back in the backcourt, gets it back to Spielman, over to Howard in the corner, back to Spielman. 4-point lead here for LCA. Looking to kill a lot of clock here. There's just under a minute left here in the quarter. Spielman over to Preston, back to Spielman. Howard with it. Spielman, King, out to Howard in the corner, back to Spielman. King, stolen by Avery Davidson. Nice pass up court. And one for Braden Hudson. LCA getting just a little bit too pass happy, working around that zone. Avery Davidson with a steal and a great up-court pass for Braden Hudson to get the and one. They're going to get Kason Nobby. There you go. You see the up-court between the defenders, and great finish there by Braden Hudson. He's going to try to finish the 4-point play or 3-point play and cut this lead to 1. And he does. 29-28, LCA Eagles. Preston trying to get it across half court. He's elbowed in the elbows Braden Hudson in the mouth, and he's called for the offensive foul. That's going to be 2 on him. Southern's going to get another possession here with 18 seconds to go. Fans behind the LCA bench not having a good time with that call. Braden Hudson to get the inbound pass here. Preston coming out on him at midcourt. Southern likely looking to hold for one shot. Back to Zach Hudson. Howard on him, back to Braden. Miles Davis. Mason Davis. Miles Davis used to sing a little bit. Dangerous pass there to Davidson. Mason Davis takes a 3 at the buzzer, no go. That's going to take us to halftime with a 29-28 lead for LCA. Madison Southern making their way to the locker room after a huge comeback in the second quarter. We're going to take a 2-minute break and come back for the halftime show right here on WBON TV.
Gwen's Fine Jewelers, voted best of the best jewelry store and voted best of the best jewelry repair shop. Gwen's has the best prices on diamonds. Let Gwen's design your dream ring. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, located next to Hobby Lobby in the Carriage Gate Shopping Center, Richmond. Or find them online at gwensfinejewelers.com. Near New Auto Center has been serving Berea in the same location for over 40 years. Check out the huge selection of Near New inventory online at our website, nearnewauto.com. Cars, trucks, SUVs, or minivans? Whatever you are looking for, you can find it at Near New Auto. You can also get pre-approved on the website. At Near New Auto, there's no bull. For the best deals on like new automobiles. 200 Richmond Road, North Berea. No bull. Just good deals. Come see the difference. Don't buy new, buy Near New.
No salesman. Deal directly with the owner.
Transparency is what separates Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration apart from the rest. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and are here to serve all over Central Kentucky. Their team of experts will help you break down the cost of a new roof or repair and help you make the most informed decision possible. From wind and hail, fire and smoke damage, residential or commercial, Kentucky Roofs and Restoration can do it all. Like them on Facebook to learn more or call 859-200-5065. In today's housing market, timing is everything. So if you're looking for a home in or around Madison County, the first call you should make is to Don Anglin with the Real Estate Company. You don't want to miss out on your dream home or that buyer that's ready to make your home theirs. Don has several new construction homes available for purchase, and you can call today to schedule a showing before they are gone. Like Don Anglin with the Real Estate Company on Facebook so you don't miss out on the home you've been waiting for. Call 859-358-8044 for more information.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Whether you're looking for dependability in the game or on the road, Madison County is where you'll find it. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond has the trucks you can depend on and a winning tradition, just like our great local sports teams. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see our lineup of dependable trucks and become part of the winning tradition.
And we're back here at Madison Southern High School. Coverage presented to you by Kentucky's Roof Works and Restoration is our presenting sponsor. And we are on the halftime show that is brought to you by WBON TV, Galaxy Entertainment Center. Food, bowling, board games. I called somebody Miles Davis before the half. I'm real shook up. But we've got ourselves a great basketball game here. Madison Southern trails LCA 29-28 at the end of the second quarter after trailing 17-4 at the end of the first.
4 points for Madison Southern in the first quarter. 24 points in the second.
Yeah.
That's a pretty outstanding difference, and we have a 1-point ball game. Jamie, at one point I thought, is this team able to get out of this hole? Because it seems like when they get down, man, they get out. But they fought back. Kason Nobby took the team on his shoulders and fought hard to get this team back to where they are now. We got a 1-point ball game going into the second half.
Nobby really playing out his mind. He had 4 threes there in the second quarter, and 3 of them were from the volleyball line.
I mean, it was outstanding. I thought that he was trying to force stuff, but they just kept falling.
He's got 15 right now to lead all scorers. Jay Rose has 6 to go with 6 rebounds. Braden Hudson has 3, Zach Hudson has 2, and Avery Davidson has a bucket to round out the scoring for Madison Southern. These halftime stats presented by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. Make your home stand out among the rest with Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. They specialize in kitchen and bathroom countertops and can also provide unique looks for your fireplace, outdoor grills, and other areas of your home. Visit them online at bluegrassmarblegranite.com.
I was looking at if anybody was in foul trouble here, and Kason Nobby has 2. That's the most on the team. Pretty much everybody behind him has 1 foul. Over on Lexington Catholic, the same is true for them. Hagan Preston has 2 fouls. Everybody else at 1 or none.
Saxton Howard leading LCA in scoring with 11 points. Simon King has 7. Hagan Preston has 2. Sam Spillman had the first bucket of the game and hit the 3. And Kenyatta Harge has a bucket with 2 points. They're led in rebounds by Hagan Preston with 5. It was really until 2 quarters. One team dominated the first, one team dominated the second. We're cut in the middle here as nearly an even game at the half. And Madison Southern went into the locker room with all the momentum. Tempers starting to flare there a little bit toward the end of the half. Hopefully both teams calming down, really ready to come out and play a clean half of basketball here coming into the second. You mentioned the leaders for both teams, but if you look across, it's pretty even. Rebounding 15-14 in favor of Madison Southern. One thing to keep in mind, we mentioned that LCA does not shoot a ton of threes, but almost all their points have come from 3. 8 of their 9 makes have been 3-point field goals, or else they wouldn't be close in this game.
Yeah, it's been quite remarkable to see what they've been able to do on the outside. But that was one of the keys to the game. If you're going to beat this Southern team, you got to take your shots and hope they fall from the perimeter.
Some updates from around the region. Frederick Douglass leads Madison Central by 12 at the half. Lexington Catholic handing it to Western Hills 56-13. And something of note in this gymnasium, Bryan Station up on Great Crossing 37-34 at the half. Great Crossing probably the favorite to win the region at 31-1. That would be a big upset there, Bryan Station, if they're able to hang on. And the winner of this game will play the winner of that one on Saturday.
That's going to be one everybody here will be watching out for. So kudos to Madison Southern getting those boards with those updates on it.
Absolutely, and the Eagles of Madison Southern have yet to come out to warm up, to get ready for the second half, but shot so much better there in the second quarter. Shot 50% from 3, hitting 4 of 8. Kason Nobby's hit all of those 4, by the way. He's 4 for 6, 9 of 16 from the field overall there in the second quarter. And it's not that LCA shot that poorly in the second quarter. They still hit 3 of 6 from 3. Unfortunately, they were hit a little bit with a turnover bug. They have had 6 turnovers in the game to only 3 of Madison Southern. And the points off turnovers, Madison Southern 10-1. So that's made a big difference here in the early going of the game. And all 10 of those have been fast break points for Madison Southern, whereas LCA's not been pushing the basketball up the court. Again, this halftime show brought to you by Galaxy Entertainment Center. Entertainment for the whole family, bowling, arcade, great food, and more at the Galaxy Bowling Center in Richmond. The presenting sponsor for all of our tournament coverage is Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. So thank you to all our sponsors for allowing us to highlight these athletes as LCA is out warming up, leading by 1 at the half over Madison Southern, who went into halftime with all the momentum. We're going to take a 3-minute break and come back for more halftime coverage to get ready for the second half right here on WBON TV.
Hi, I'm Haley, one of the owners and managers at Just Love Coffee in Berea. Just Love Coffee is a franchise that was set up as a mission of love to help children get adopted. Just Love Coffee is a full-service restaurant that features artisan coffee creations, plus an all-day food menu that includes golden waffles, delicious sandwiches, and filling craveable wraps. Just Love Coffee, a half mile off exit 76 in Berea, in our newly renovated location at 636 Chestnut Street.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here?
Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
If it won't go down.
Call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
What do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com. It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
3 minutes till we tip off the second half here at Madison Southern as the Eagles of Madison Southern trail the Eagles of LCA by 1 at the half.
And they're nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. Halftime's almost over. Madison Southern has yet to come out of the locker room.
I felt like LCA came out maybe a little early. Didn't talk things over long enough.
Yeah, I think they did come out pretty quickly, but I also think Southern is making those adjustments and making all the use of their time in the locker room. Our presenting sponsor, Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, for all of the tournament coverage. Again, give you the halftime scores from around the region. Bryan Station 37, Great Crossing 34, Lexington Catholic 56, Western Hills 13, Frederick Douglass 30, Madison Central 18. So try to update you on those scores as they come around. Madison Southern trailed after the first quarter 17-4. Came out shooting horribly. They were getting good shots, but just couldn't get anything to fall. And LCA came out shooting hot, 5 for 9 from 3 in the first quarter, 3 from 6 from 3 in the second quarter. So they're still shooting great from behind the three-point line, but so far that's all LCA has been able to get going. 8 of their 9 shots have been from deep, and they really couldn't find a way to hit the glass as well there in the second quarter. They out-rebounded Madison Southern in the first quarter, but not this time around. They had a 16-point lead at one time, and that has been cut to 1, John.
Yeah, Southern Eagles.
A lot of Eagles.
Madison Southern Eagles came out in the first quarter, and it was like they just woke up. It's like they had their pajamas or pants on coming to work. They had to go home, redress, get out here, and they sure did put up a show in the second quarter, making this a 1-point ball game.
I wonder if they're in there changing uniforms right now. Maybe it's like Mighty Ducks 2, they're going to come out with the USA Duck uniforms. I don't know. I love halftime adjustments. I love seeing what changes from one half to another, what a coach decides to do to counteract the changes of the other coach. But in order to see those changes, Madison Southern's going to have to come out for the second half.
They're still not here, and we've got 40 seconds left on the clock before this game is supposed to tip off.
Not going to be able to take not going to be able to take a lot of shots here, but took a lot of time prepping between the halves. Kazanabi again going nuclear in the second quarter, scoring 15 points. And the Eagles of Madison Southern getting ready to rock and roll here as we're just going to jump right into the ball game. Officials out here and ready. Coaches have made their way out. And we'll see what adjustments to make. John, if you're Madison Southern, do you change anything that you were doing in that second quarter?
I really don't think so. They were being the defensive monster that we talked about, talking about some LCA turnovers that led to some points. So keep doing what you're doing if you're Southern. LCA, you got to go back to that first half and drop some magic, but they were dropping buckets. It's just they were not able to contain some of those fast breaks and some of those points off turnovers from Southern.
I think Madison Southern did a much better job rebounding in the second quarter. That made a big difference, and of course just capitalizing on offensive opportunities. So we'll see if there are any adjustments made by LCA. Ran a play to try to get an alley-oop there to Jay Rose. It was a no-go. Braden Hudson with it on the wing. Passes to Jay Rose up top. Kenyatta Harge on him. Calling for everybody to clear out. Got the big guy on him. Double team. Preston comes over on him. Braden Hudson underneath. Out to Avery Davidson for three, and it's good. The Eagles of Madison Southern with their first lead of the ball game. Kenyatta Harge out to Preston, back out to King. He matches it. Another three for King. Avery Davidson limping just a little bit. Hopefully he's all right, can stay in the ball game. He looks off a three, drives to the basket, goes up, just misses. Preston with the rebound. Davidson really not looking like himself, may have to come out here. Howard from the corner, it's good. LCA still on fire from deep. Zach Hudson pulls back out. He's got Howard on him. Back over to Braden Hudson in the corner. Gets inside. Nice pass to Avery Davidson. Up and good. Davidson's got 5 here in the early going as the Madison Southern Eagles now trail by 2. Hagan Preston with it up top. Over to Saxton Howard. Harge. Just planning on holding it until Jay Rose comes out there and gets on him, then he gets rid of it. Backdoor screen, no go. Back to Howard with Nobby on him. Nobby's got 2 fouls, picked him up early. Back out to Harge. Over to Preston. Back out to Howard. Patient offense worked early for LCA, but led to some turnovers in the second quarter. Underneath to King. Step back to the free throw line. He's fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. Braden Hudson got a lot of arm there. 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the first half was King. Trying to add to this 2-point lead. First one's up and good. Lead back to 3. They're both good. Back to a 4-point lead after Southern gets on top for the first time. LCA is not going away. Braden Hudson looks off the open 3, drives into the lane, kicks into the corner. Avery Davidson again misses. Outlet pass to Spielman, goes out of bounds. Turnover back to Southern. Nobby across the timeline, penetrates, kicks over to Braden Hudson for 3, off back rim. Nice rebound there by Zach Hudson. It's going to be a foul on the floor and stay here.
Fouls on number 10, Saxton Howard. That's his first. Team's first.
Madison Southern is a team outside of Casanabi. He's only hit 1 3-pointer, John, with a ton of attempts If you're them, do you stop going to it? Unless you're Kaysen, of course.
Well, he just had an air ball there, but that was from about the half-court line.
Spillman will take it in the corner, in and out. Rebound knocked around. Nobby with it, and he's going to push it. 3-on-3, no numbers. He'll kick it across to Hudson. Zach Hudson, spin move. Got Davidson in the corner. Back over to Braden Hudson. He'll take another one. Off back rim again. Rebound knocked around. They're going to call that foul on Nobby.
That's going to be number 3 for Nobby.
There was a big group of individuals there. I'm not sure he's the one that actually made the contact, but that'll go down in the book as number 3 for Nobby. We'll see if Coach Wright leaves him in the ballgame. Still a 4-point lead for LCA. Southern settling for three-pointers and unable to hit here as of late. Preston over to King. Howard gets a look over to Harge. Pump fake, goes up strong, gets it. He's got 4. Push the lead back to 6. Southern's got to find a way to get a good look. Triple team there on Rose. Zach Hudson nails a 3. Cuts the lead in half, his first 3 of the game.
4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Coach Wright leaving Kaysen Nobby in the game, and he's still guarding Saxton Howard. They drew 2 fouls on Nobby there in the first. Underneath to King. Jumper off. Rebound by Braden Hudson. Gets it up court to Avery Davis. Up and in. Great outlet pass. Continue those fast break points for Southern.
LCA had a good look last time they were down here, just not able to drop the bucket. See what coach is able to draw up here, see if somebody can get open. Jay Rose down on Kenyatta down in the paint. And Kenyatta scores good over Jay Rose.
Braden Hudson with it, drives, kicks out to Avery Davidson. He's going to drive as well. Back to Jay Rose, who's fouled by Kenyatta Harge. Second foul on LCA here in the second quarter. Southern's inbound underneath their own basket.
It's only Kenyatta's first foul.
Braden Hudson, nobody near him, looks it off over to Zach. Avery Davidson underneath. He gets fouled. Foul on King, and Davidson's going to go to the line for 2. King's second foul.
Good patience underneath by Davidson to wait on that foul to come to him, draw the foul, and go to the line.
Shooting just over 65% from the free throw line on the season.
LCA is going to take a timeout here. 30-second timeout.
Full timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be back in 1 minute on WBON TV.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
We're here at the Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration 11th Region basketball coverage. Madison Southern trails LCA 41-38. A back-and-forth affair here at Madison Southern. Avery Davidson to the free throw line for the Eagles. Davidson misses the first, just over 65% on the season. Second one's up and good. Lead back to 2, and Southern coming back with a little full court pressure. Had a lot of success with this in the second quarter when they came back. Over to Spillman in the corner. Cross court back to Preston. Knocked away out of bounds. Going to go to LCA. They did get a hand on it. Preston back to Howard. Southern back in the zone. Doing a good job of mixing up their defenses here. Extending the zone quite a bit to get a hand in Spillman's face. Preston with it, looking to make something happen. Gets into the lane. Jumper's good. The lead is back to 4. Avery Davidson kicks back out to Kason Nobby. Drives underneath. Braden Hudson looks it off. Nobby will get a wide open look from the corner. It's good.
1 point ball game. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the third.
Howard over to Preston. Over to Spillman, who looks to get it across. Up to Howard. Howard drives into the paint, into Harge. Brings it down. He goes into Rose. Goes up, and it's good. We mentioned he was a skinny little 8th grader, used to play guard. Avery Davidson, nobody near him, it's good.
Tied ball game. Madison Southern finds themselves with a tied ball game again.
Preston over to Spillman. Crossover. Sit up court to a newcomer in the game.
Drains a 3 from
Howard.
Way out deep.
Jay Rose underneath, behind his head.
How in the world?
No look pass.
Did he pull that pass off?
Zach Hudson. Number 3, Braylon Moss into the game now for LCA. Steal there by Davidson. Gets it up to Hudson underneath. Missed lay in there by Nobby. But Rose is fouled on the putback. Foul's called on Preston, and that's going to be his 3rd. They're saying that it was on the floor. Looked like it was on the putback attempt.
I thought it was on the putback.
King getting Spillman out.
Rose for 3. Drains it.
2-point lead for the Eagles. Hand in his face, he don't care. Howard back to Preston. Preston slow going with it. He gets across, over to King. Howard in the corner will take a 3 with a hand in his face. It's good.
Back and forth here. 30 seconds to go in the third.
Haymaker after haymaker. Zach Hudson with it this time. He's going to drive, pull it back out. Braden Hudson in the corner, no good. Avery Davidson misses the putback. Rebound by King, stolen away. Jay Rose comes up with it. He goes up and under. Scoop and 1 for Rose. Great defensive reaction there by Kason Nobby.
Kason Nobby just made a heck of a play to get that steal.
Mason Davis giving Nobby a break here. Again, got 3 fouls. Don't want to pick up another one in these next 18 seconds. Rose looking to push the lead back to 2 as we wrap up the third quarter of play. On your Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration 11th Region basketball coverage. Free throw up and in. Eagles lead by 2. Continuing their full court pressure into Moss, back to Preston.
15 to go.
Back up.
Hudson's just going to foul.
Just a 13 foul. That's his 2nd. So not a huge deal. The one thing it does do is allow LCA to set something up here. Can't lose Howard. Nowhere to go with it. They just throw it up. Moss comes down with it. Great ball movement underneath.
Hard just patient with it and is going to wait on that foul to come in from Hudson.
That out-of-bounds pass from Preston, I don't know how it got to Moss. Great job by Moss coming down with it. Now Harge is going to go to the line for 2.
He had to go high point that ball, get it down with it, and then drop it off to Kenyatta.
Kenyatta making under 50% of his free throws this season, looking to tie the game here with 2. 7 seconds left in the quarter, so Southern's going to have time to make something happen. And we have an air ball. Southern will no doubtly be looking to push it. No matter what happens here, in and out, rebound, knocked around. King with it up and misses. Rose with it, 3 seconds. Crossover at midcourt, hangs for the 3, in and out.
Oh, he made that bucket before time was out.
Not sure what happened there. There was a player from LCA. 42 is going to be whistled for the foul on Rose as he was shooting that 3. King from LCA put it back in before the buzzer sounded, but I think the clock glitched somehow.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there. So in that Rose 3-point shot, Kenyatta fouled. So J. Rose gets 3 attempts at free throws here.
We'll see how much time they put back on the clock.
I didn't hear a whistle. I just saw an LCA player put the basketball back into the bucket.
Before the buzzer.
Before the buzzer.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear a whistle. So interesting play as they work things out still here.
Very controversial end to the third quarter here. 3 seconds.
Going to be added. And J. Rose is going to go to the line for 3.
He's going to go for 2. They're going to say that foul was on the floor and leave 0.4 seconds now on the clock.
Sorry, correction. 0.4. Nope, 3.4. We'll get it straightened out here. We are just working with what we got, folks. 3.4 seconds to go. J. Rose on the free throw line for 3. I think that's where we're going to end up here.
Not sure exactly who's in the game.
Who's on first? I don't know.
For Southern. Free throw up and good. He's going to get one more. I was looking for the 5th player, Zach Hudson, playing back. Mason Davis in for the Eagles. Spillman back in for LCA. Looking to push the lead to 4. There are 3.5 seconds left. Free throw's good. See what they can put together here. Inbound to Spillman, handoff to Preston, loses it, gets it over to King. After the buzzer, we're going to take a 1-minute break, come back for 4th quarter action. 11th region coverage on WBON TV.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance South Exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
And we're back here at Madison Southern for the 4th quarter of an exciting ball game. Madison Southern with their biggest lead of the game at 4 going into the 4th quarter under Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. 11th region coverage. Big 3rd quarter there for Southern. Again, they trailed by 13 after the 1st quarter, battled back within 1 in the 2nd, and now lead by 4 after the 3rd. Big quarter there for J. Rose, up to 14 points. Casey Nobby with 18. Saxton Howard up to 20 for LCA. LCA had some trouble getting things going there offensively. Howard called with the offensive foul underneath. Braden Hudson taking the charge.
Foul is called on number 10, Saxton Howard. That's his second, team's first.
Inbound to Case and Nobby.
Having a little chat with the referee there before it was inbounded.
Nobby over to the wing. Man-to-man defense from LCA now. Avery Davidson wide open. They're going to let him shoot, and he's going to make them pay.
58-51, Madison Southern's ball game.
Moss with it on the corner. Back out to Preston. Looks off a three. No go. King looks one off too. Great defense there by Nobby not to let Howard get a good look. Spillman
looking over to the coach, see what they can draw up.
Spillman will take one. No go. Rebound by Preston. Kicks back out. Moss penetrates. Cross-court pass to Howard. He's got Davidson on him. Gets into the lane. Elbow runner short, but he was fouled, and he's going to go to the line for two.
Avery Davidson's second foul on the night. Team's first here in the fourth.
Howard, 77% free throw shooter on the season. He's got 20 so far here in the game. Came out hot in the first quarter. Has hit 6 threes in the ball game. And that's his third made free throw of the game. Second free throw good as well. And the lead is cut back to 5. Nobby walks it across the timeline. Now a 3-2 zone look. Foul called there on Spillman. I again did not hear the whistle.
No,
that's the same official that called the one at the end of it. Not sure who got frustrated there, getting a little bit chippy. Foul on Spillman.
Yeah, again, the play almost kept going there because you could not hear the official's whistle.
Braden Hudson to inbound from the side. 6:38 remaining. Standing between Madison Southern and their second ever regional win. Looking to win the first since Austin Newton led them there 2 years ago. Happy birthday to Coach Newton. I think he's 41 today. And Zach Hudson's going to dribble it out. Little touch pass with his brother underneath to Jay Rose. Slam and jam. Spillman with it. LCA got to make something happen here. Madison Southern, all the momentum and all the intensity. As Moss, who's not played a lot in this game, back up top with it. Hands off to Preston. Braden Hudson on him. Over to Spillman. Got Jay Rose on him. Up to King. Finally get it to Howard. Kason Nobby on him. And he's going to back it back out. They're very patient in the first half with it. Really don't have time to do a lot of that right now as they're behind. Spillman gets into the lane, kicks out to King. Back tap. Nice steal there by Nobby. And it goes to Zach Hudson. And he's going to throw it down too. Preston across the timeline. Timeout called by LCA.
Things are crazy in here, Jamie. I've seen a lot of good basketball.
And the whole roster comes on the court to celebrate the Madison Southern Eagles back-to-back dunks. We're going to stay here for this 30-second timeout.
Things are getting crazy, man. I mean, things are great on the court. The fans are all up on their feet. I saw some nurses wearing scrubs come in. Everybody just wants to watch this ball game.
There's a lot going on. 9-point lead, biggest lead of the night for Madison Southern, coming back from a 13-point deficit. Doing it in this half defensively and on the glass. LCA very much on their heels, John.
Yeah, this place is going wild. Everybody's loving what they're seeing from the Eagles here with 2 dunks, one from Jay Rose and one from Hudson.
LCA really, I mean, it's not that they're shooting poorly. They're not getting the open looks they were getting in the first half. We talk about halftime adjustments a lot. I can't point out to you what Southern has done different offensively, but I can note to you that there have not been as many open looks for LCA from 3. Let's see if they try to open that back up here.
I think it's complementary basketball. Your defense is stepping up. Your offense is going to do better.
Howard. Spin move underneath. Nice move and a bucket by Saxton Howard.
Showing that razzle-dazzle.
Leading all scorers. 7-point lead, 5 minutes to go. Cross court pass to Braden Hudson, back to Zach. A lot of this from LCA in the first half. Now Southern killing time. Avery Davidson in the corner. Drives, kicks back out. Braden Hudson. Zach Hudson. 3 points. Southern feeling it at this point. Coach Hall telling them they've got to move faster. LCA's got to make something happen to score some buckets here, trailing by 10. Steal by Hudson. Goes up, lays it in for another bucket. And he has scored 7 in a row. Howard off front rim, Harge with the rebound. Gets it back out. Spillman will take a 3. It's up. No good.
Kenyatta's playing with one shoe. His shoe's on the floor.
Howard drives underneath, falls to the ground, kicks it back out to King. He goes in. He's whiffled for the offensive foul. As Zach Hudson takes the charge from King. That's going to be the 4th foul on King. Team's first. They're looking to wipe down some sweat over here. I think that's what Howard's saying caused him to fall.
Hudson's going to help out. And Kenyatta just trying his best to make a shot. Jay Rose playing some smothering defense, but not picking up a foul there.
Well,
that possession had a little bit of everything. We had people's shoes falling off.
LCA, I think, took Kenyatta out, tried to get some more movement on the perimeter, but they weren't able to get a rebound. So he's back in to do that job, and that he has been doing well tonight. But now LCA trails by 12. Get it over to Braden Hudson. To Zach. Content to hold on to the basketball. Jay Rose at the elbow, and he'll bring it back out too. Looking to kill time. 3.5 minutes left. Hudson penetrates, loses it out to Avery Davidson, back to Kason Nobby. With a 12-point lead, you kill 30 seconds every possession. You're doing a lot of good. No good. Rebound by Spillman. Nobby with an open look from the corner there. Spillman crosses over, gets into the paint. Runner, no good. Rebound by Davidson. Rose with it now. Over to Braden Hudson. Looking to kill some time. Goes underneath. Over to Avery Davidson. Back to Kason Nobby. Zach Hudson. Braden Hudson for 3. He misses it. Rebound by King. Preston with it. Across the timeline. Gets into the lane. Kicks out King for 3. No good. Rebound by Rose. And boy, did he get up there. Timeout called by Madison Southern. Going to go full. We'll take it with him. Back in 1 minute to wrap up the ball game on WBON TV.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Looking for some fun? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Grill has you covered every Tuesday starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Grill, your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
minutes to go here in this 11th region matchup, first round, presented by Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Madison Southern with a 12-point lead and the basketball. A lot of momentum going for Southern right now after a huge comeback. Jay Rose with it in the corner, loses it.
Wow.
What a defensive play there by Zach Hudson. Moss tried to get it to Preston. Hudson steals
it, and then throws it off a defender to make it go out of bounds.
Around his back, off to Preston, into Braden Hudson. They're
Great heads-up play.
Kill some more clock. Crossover stolen by Preston. Can't get to the basket. Crossover into the paint. Layup, no good. Rebound knocked around. He gets it.
Up and in. Oh.
Moss and Braden Hudson tangled up. I think Preston got the bucket there. The official pointing a direction. I'm not sure what he's saying should happen here. I think the official's trying to figure out what's what. LCA with the full timeout. We're going to stay here.
Hudson just walked off and going to go cool off a little bit.
Yeah, they got tangled up over there on the rebound as Preston put it back in. We got a 10-point game, 2 minutes to go. Certainly not out of the question here, John, the way LCA shot the basketball from deep. They've not hit a lot here in the fourth quarter, so they're going to have to both pick up the tempo and start sinking shots if they want to get back in it.
Well, they've showed us tonight that it is possible to get some points over this Madison Southern defense, but like you said, they haven't done it as of late. Coach is going to take a timeout, draw something up. What would you do here, Jamie? You're LCA, you're leading that huddle. What are you telling them to do?
I think it starts on defense. Madison Southern has the ball. They're going to try their best to hold the basketball. So you got to put pressure on them, force a quick shot, get a turnover, and then I think you got to start shooting threes. I know people are going to say some people feel like it's ruined the game of basketball, but that's really your best shot at catching up at this point. And it looks like they're going to put some full court pressure on Southern here.
I was waiting to see if there was going to be any technical or anything, but they didn't call that on the floor. They were talking over there, but
I think they handled that really well and just kind of breaking up the entanglement and getting everybody cooled off. Inbound to Nobby, back to Zach Hudson. Mason Davis in the game now. Nobby catches it, cross, and he's going to be fouled by Spillman.
That's going to be number 5 for the team, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, they got it on the board quicker than I could look. So that will be number 4 for LCA.
Here on out, Madison Southern shooting 2 free throws with every foul. Looking to inbound here. Gets it to Nobby. Over to Zach Hudson. Back to Nobby. Playing a little keep away here. Back to Hudson. Howard fouls him.
And that's going to draw number 5.
Howard dapping him up, letting him know he didn't mean to hit him below the belt there. But Zach Hudson's going to go to the line for 2. Has yet to shoot a free throw in this game.
10-point ball game before these free throws. 1 minute, 51 seconds to go in the game. Kenyatta looking to come back in as well.
Midway through the fourth quarter, and Greg Crossing leads Bryan Station 60-50. So coming back from their halftime deficit. Bryan Station looking to close the gap like LCA is here. And he sinks both of them to take the lead back to 12. Biggest lead of the game for Madison Southern. Preston takes a deep 3 with a hand in his face. He makes it.
Was there a foul before that shot?
Foul underneath by Howard. They're trying to decide whether it counts or not. It was a rebounding foul. Had no role in the shot. It's a big basket to see if they count it or not. And they are going to count it. I think that's the right call there, John. It was not affected by it. And the ball was already in the air, from my point of view, when the foul happened. Now, they called it an offensive body control foul, meaning that it does not send Southern to the free throw line. Okay, telling him he cannot move, cannot use the baseline there. Screens galore, gets it into Davidson, back to Zach Hudson. Crossover at midcourt. Over to Avery Davidson, back to Hudson. Wrapped up by Preston, and he's going to go to the line for 2 more. Just made 2 of his own. Preston's 4th foul. (69-60), 9-point game, still far from over. We got a minute and a half left. May as well be a lifetime. First free throw is good. Back to a double-digit lead for the Eagles. And he's hit 4 in a row. Preston can be met by Avery Davidson. On-ball screen there by Kenyatta Harge. 3 balls, good. And he's hit 2 in a row. They are not going to go down without a fight. Back to Zach Hudson.
1:20 to go. Sorry, Jamie.
Nope, he's hitting his free throw, so they want the ball in his hands. Jay Rose, spin move. Hands it back off to Zach Hudson. They're going to foul him. Spillman puts hands on him, and he's going to send him to the line with an 8-point lead. This is when these free throws become huge. He misses these, and they hit a 3. Then we're in a 2-possession game.
I don't think he's the person I would want to foul on this team, but they've been giving him the ball because of the hot hand. Make that 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Braden Hudson checks back in the game.
Last score update I've seen from Frederick Douglass. Douglass leading Madison Central 64-44 in their game. Misses.
5 of 6.
9-point game. Howard looks to push it. Not one to give up a 3. Spillman takes 1. Nothing but the bottom. They made 3 in a row. Not going away. Up court to Zach Hudson. He passes by Harge, and he's going to go line for 2 more, leading by 6 with a minute left. This lead has been cut from 12 to 6 in the last minute.
Hudson's back at the line. 5 of 6. The last minute of this game. 57 seconds to go in the game.
He nails it.
6 of 7.
Going to wait till after he shoots this before I say anything, but I have an observation.
Don't foul Hudson with the ball.
Didn't want to jinx it. I was just going to say I'm continually amazed by this entire team, how they do make high-pressure free throws down the stretch time and again. Harge with it, looks to drive, gets underneath, and makes it 2.
74-68, 45 to go.
Braden Hudson gets fouled. I don't think they're going to give him a shooting foul on that. Doesn't hurt to try, John.
Well, there's another Hudson going to the line.
Braden's 1 for 2 from the line. Or, I'm sorry, 1 for 1 from the line in this game. That's going to be the last foul of the game for King. He's going to take a break for the remainder. King's had a great game. Sophomore guard. Big guy, guard skills. Look for great things for him in years to come. In and out. The lead still 6. Just a 2-possession game. Big free throw here for Hudson. The rest of the Madison Southern team sitting back on defense. And it's good. Looking to add a little pressure, making LCA run a little clock. As Preston's across the timeline, looking for a screen from Harge. He gets it. He's going to take a 3. No good. Harge somehow set the screen at half court and got the rebound.
Yeah. He's going to go to the line for 2. It was a hard screen by Kenyatta, too. I'm a little surprised they didn't draw any whistles.
I would not want to run into him. I don't know that he did anything illegal. He's just really strong.
It was just like running into an oak tree. You're going to feel it.
0 for 2 from the free throw line so far, according to my stat sheet. Big time make there.
It's that one. 69-75 with 32 to go.
Big shot here, an even bigger rebound if he misses, and he doesn't. Braden Hudson's inbound, gets it to the official. Into Zach, back to Braden.
That's going to draw a foul.
The official calls the foul.
Hudson going back to the line.
Zach sold that one quite a bit. No additional, I think looking for an intentional there, but no go. He's going to go to the line for 2. 5-point ball game. Hitting both of these would push it to a 3-possession game. 2 huge free throws here for Madison Southern with just 29 seconds left.
Hits the first one. 6-point ball game.
Looking at the roster of this LCA team, John, really the only seniors on the team, Kenyatta Harge and then senior Peyton Mayhorn, who we haven't seen today. 6-point game. Preston crossover, penetrates, kicks back out to Spielman. He gets it over to Moss, who drives, kicks back out. Preston, pump fake, take one with a hand in his face, no go, rebound by Nabi. I think they're going to back off and call it a ball game there. The Madison Southern Eagles have won their second regional game of their career, or in team history. So that would have been a 10-second violation. What a comeback. What a win for the Madison Southern Eagles. Again, the second regional win in regional tournament play in program history, and they did it in comeback fashion. Gonna go ahead and jump in here to the Chenault Vineyards post-game show. Chenault Vineyards, the go-to destination for families and friends to enjoy fun and entertainment and a relaxing atmosphere. See why so many people spend their weekends at Chenault Vineyards at ChenaultVineyards.com. John, down 13 after the first quarter. Only scored 4 points in the first quarter. Still ended the game with 76.
You know, I mean, what can I say? This was a great team win. But early in the second quarter, Kason Nabi took this team, put them on his shoulders, and said, let's get to work. And he just made a heck of an effort to get the Southern Eagles back in this game. And here we are, 76 points later, after only scoring 4 in the first. What a comeback.
Absolutely, and give credit to this LCA team. They came in with a great game plan. They shot the lights out. For the game, they shot 52% from 3. Especially Saxon Howard shot 60%. Hagen Preston 50%. Simon King 60%, and they're all back next year. Very young team. Kenyatta Harge, the main playmaker that they're going to be missing next season. But I look for this LCA team to be back in contention for the region next year. But as of this year, the Madison Southern Eagles are the ones moving on.
Jamie, this post-game show is brought to you by Chenault Vineyard. Final stats brought to you by Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry in Berea, they work hard to help you get the healthy, beautiful smile that you deserve. You can like them on Facebook to learn more about Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry in Berea.
Yeah, the leading scorer for LCA was Saxton Howard, was 24. Great supporting cast. Hagen Preston played a great game with 16. Also had 8 rebounds to lead the team there. Simon King was second with rebounds with 7, had 12 points. Kenyatta Harge also had 12 points, worked really hard underneath. Madison Southern, you mentioned Kason Nabi owned the second quarter. The fourth quarter belonged to Zach Hudson. Ended the game with 22 points. Avery Davidson with 16. Jay Rose with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Braden Hudson with 4 points and 6 assists to lead the team. Everybody contributing. They really, just like the district championship game, did a lot of it with their defense. Really picked up the full court pressure there in the second half, in the second quarter, and I think that made a huge difference.
Absolutely. Jamie, if you had to give the performance of the game brought to you by CT Diesel Performance, who would you pick?
Listen, I don't want to take away from Zach Hudson. He closed the game. The second half was his. Offensively, at one point, I think he scored 11 points in a row for this Madison Southern team. But if Kaysen Nabi not stepped up in the second quarter, this game was over.
I completely agree. I don't think Hudson would have had a chance to end the game like he did had Kaysen Nabi not stepped up in dominating fashion in the second. So if you want your vehicle to perform like Kaysen Nabi and Zach Hudson, then you can take it to CT Diesel Performance, located off exit 97 in Richmond, Kentucky. Chris Throne and his staff service all vehicles, big or small. You can like them on Facebook to learn how you can receive a free oil change at CT Diesel Performance.
Yeah, you mentioned it. And again, I don't want to take away from the other guys either. Braden Hudson played great defense, really did great distributing the ball, so had 4 rebounds. We don't talk enough about Jay Rose's ability to rebound the basketball, had 9 rebounds, consistently leads his team in that area. So,
A.D. Davidson having a heck of a game on defense as well.
Mason Davis came off the bench early when Kaysen Nabi got in trouble, had a rebound, played really good defense of his own, and really handled the ball well. And it was a team victory in the most genuine sense of the word. And to come back, it's so easy if you get down early just to fold and go home, just to start pointing fingers and blaming each other. And I think historically we've seen some of that.
I was going to say, historically, Madison Southern, they play with such heart that when they do face adversity, it affects their game moving forward. They were able to do, like I said, have a short memory, get out there and play their game. And here we are moving on in the state tournament for only the second time in school history.
For the region semifinals. Got a final score from Great Crossing. They did end up beating Bryan Station 69-61. Really close game up there. Great Crossing came in here and Southern jumped all over them, and they ended up coming back to win. For context, Madison Southern beat Bryan Station a couple weeks ago, 83-76. This game will take place at a neutral court. It's going to be Saturday at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. So stay tuned to the stations of Wallingford Broadcasting, WBON TV, to keep up with coverage of these Eagles as they move on. Madison Central did fall at Frederick Douglass.
So that game will be at 4 p.m. on Saturday.
Yep, and this is the regional semifinal. This is the furthest this team's ever made it, so this is a big game for this program, for this school, and for this area. So make sure you're staying tuned to coverage on WBON TV to see what we've got going for the Eagles this weekend. Big thanks to Jacob Beck handling all of our camera tonight. Best producer in the land, Gage Hill. For John Bailey, I'm Jamie Boggs, and this has been local basketball, actually, it's baseball season 2, presented by Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, the 11th Region Tournament here on WBON TV.